I spent a total of $130 million on all the vehicles that I own. This means I was able to fill up all the levels on my Eclipse Boulevard garage, my auto shop garage, my agency garage, and my hangar. So today, let me give you a full tour of all of my GTA Online garages, starting with the auto shop garage, which has all of my HSW cars in it because I like to be organized. The first vehicle in the garage is, okay, I had no idea this was here, but the first actual vehicle is the Hakushou Drag, costing $970,000, with its HSW upgrade coming to $1.4 million, totaling to about $2.4 million. By the way, every figure that I give doesn't include any upgrades like the engine or transmission upgrades or anything weird like that. So I'm just looking at the price that it costs and any really big upgrades like the Imani Tech, HSW, or custom upgrades. The Drag is the best bike to do HSW time trials or any race in general because of its insane top speed of 158 miles an hour and its amazing handling. The next vehicle is a personal favorite of mine, the Ubermacht Niobe, costing $1.8 million, with its HSW variant costing $1.2 million. Looking at its performance alone, it doesn't seem like it's the best HSW vehicle with a top speed of 160, but the thing I like about it the most is the design. I mean, it looks super duper clean and the sound that it makes when it turns on is just so satisfying. Next up, we have the Karin S95 at $2 million, with its HSW variant costing $500,000. This car is weird because I genuinely do not remember buying it, and I can't really think of a reason why I would buy it, so we're just going to move on to the next car, the Sentinel XS, which I'm pretty sure is the cheapest HSW vehicle with a price of $60,000 and its HSW variant costing $1.3 million. And just because this car is cheap, don't think that its performance is bad, because that couldn't be further from the truth. With a top speed of 137 miles an hour, this is the fastest out of all of the coupes. It's the second fastest sports car and is faster than every supercar in the entire game. So if you're low on money but you want a really nice car to drive, I would definitely recommend this. Moving on, we have the Coil Cyclone 2 costing $2.2 million, with its HSW variant costing $470,000. So this car has the fastest acceleration in the entire game. I mean, it goes so fast that it leaves skid marks on the ground. This is because of its four-wheel drive electric motors, but the top speed is kind of disappointing but kind of expected at the same time at 140 miles an hour. The next vehicle is a personal favorite of mine again, the Banshee GTS at about $2 million, with its HSW variant costing another $2 million. But this car isn't just great because I like it. It's actually the fastest land vehicle in the entire game, which honestly is one of the biggest flexes I think any car could have. With a top speed of 172, this car definitely is a complete speed demon, but I'm not too sure if it's worth the $4 million I've put into it. The next two in the garage are very special because they're both Imani Tech capable and HSW capable. This means they're even more useful and even more expensive than the others. The first one is the Grotti Stinger TT, costing about $2.3 million, with its HSW variant costing $1.4 million and all of its Imani Tech upgrades costing $900,000. I mean, just look at that total on your screen right now. This car is quite interesting because on paper it seems amazing. I mean, looking at its stats, it has a top speed of 162 miles an hour, which is top 3 in the entire game. But when you drive it around, yeah, the grip is absolutely terrible. So reaching this top speed can be quite a pain. Finally, we have the Buffalo EVX costing $2 million, with its HSW variant costing $1.4 million and its Imani Tech upgrades totaling to $920,000. This is one of the few cars which I owned in my garage for a long time without upgrading it because I bought it when I was poor, like a couple of weeks ago. But after I upgraded it, I didn't feel like I was driving a muscle car because normally muscle cars do a lot of wheel spins before they start driving. Normally muscle cars have terrible handling and this didn't feel like it. So in terms of how it drives, it's pretty good. But in terms of how it looks, it looks completely terrible, I'll be honest. I hate the fact that everything looks so boxy on it, like the lights and the entire build of the car really. I I don't like it, but it's nice to drive. The next garage we have is the agency garage, which has all of my Imani Tech vehicles. And it's a lot smaller than my auto shop garage because I only have like 4 cars in it. But let's just get into it with the first car being the Terminus, costing $1.8 million with its Imani Tech upgrades totaling to $920,000. And honestly, this car is really nice when you drive off-road, which is basically never in this game. And even if I do find myself in like the north of the map where there's a lot of dirt parts, I really cannot be bothered to swap cars before continuing to drive. So this car has been collecting dust in my garage, but if off-roading is your thing, I would definitely recommend this. Moving on, we have the Buffalo STX, costing $2.1 million with its Imani Tech upgrades totaling to $1.2 million. This car is very similar to the EVX, except it's better in basically every way possible. First of all, it looks better, even though that's not a high bar to go over. Is that the expression? A high bar to go over? A low bar to go over? I don't know the expression, I'll be honest. Anyways, moving on. We have the Duke of Death, which is free. And I'll be honest, I don't use it, like, at all. So we're going to completely skip it. Finally, we have the Virtue, which is the second fast accelerating car in GTA Online. This includes HSW cars, by the way. But the issue is, driving on mouse and keyboard with these fast accelerating cars, playing on keyboard means I can't control how much acceleration I give, which leads to issues like this. Obviously, if I was on a controller, I'd be able to hold R2 softer to ease off, but on PC, I can't do that. Moving on to the Hangar now, which is obviously filled with all of my aircrafts. The Raiju is the first one here, costing $6.8 million. Yes, I bought it before getting the trade price. But even though I spent $7 million on this jet, it's still my favorite one in the entire game. Mainly because you can put this shark livery on it, and it looks like it has teeth now. But also because it has a lot of cool features. I mean, it has VTOL, which means I can land basically anywhere. Stealth mode, which means I can fly around without getting chased or attacked. And it's the fastest jet in the entire game, which means I could lose anyone who's chasing me. So the only thing you can hate about this jet really is the price tag. The Avenger is all the way over here, costing $6.2 million because I got all of the upgrades from Warstock. So this one was interesting because I wasn't sure if I should count this because it's a service vehicle, but I ended up counting it in the list. So we might as well add every other service vehicle to the list. So we have the Terabyte for $3.5 million, the Kaseka for $9 million, which is a lot higher than I thought it would be. The Acid Lab at $1 million because you get it for free. The Super Yacht for $10 million and the Mock Center for $2.8 million, which I thought would have been a lot more expensive. The next plane in my hangar is the Pyro at $4.5 million. The only reason I bought it is because I needed a 2-seat jet, so I bought the fastest one in the entire game. And the Pyro did not disappoint. But of course, if you don't want to break the bank on 2-seat jets, then let me show you the next one. The Western Rogue, costing $1.6 million. And it's basically a budget version of the Pyro. And honestly, it's a really good substitute because it's the best propeller plane in the entire game. And it's so much better than the most expensive jet in the entire game, the P996 Laser. And to prove that point, let me quickly show you a proper comparison. Keeping in mind that this jet is $1.6 million, which is about $5 million cheaper than the P96 Laser. When it comes to the top speed of both of the jets, the Laser can reach 195 miles an hour, while the Rogue can reach 220 miles an hour. The lap time for the Laser is 37.6 seconds, and for the Rogue, it's 35.2 seconds. Even the number of seats, the Laser only has 1 and the Rogue has 2. So basically, the Rogue is better in every single way you can think of. The DH7 Iron Mule costs $2.3 million, and I mainly use this for bunker cell missions because it's perfect for carrying basically any vehicle. The Cuban 800 is the final plane here, costing $250,000, and I'm not too sure if I bought this myself or if it came with the Hangar. Either way, I've never used this plane before and I don't plan on starting now. After going through all of my other garages, it's finally time to go over the Eclipse Boulevard garage. Starting off with floor 1, which is quite unique because the first 2 cars here are both custom vehicles from Benny's. This one is the classy Voodoo, which only costs $5,000, with its custom version costing $420,000. And of course, because these are custom cars, I don't use them for driving. They're just here to look nice when I load into the game. But with the Voodoo, the only real reason to drive it around is so I can bounce around using the hydraulics, because this is a lowrider. The other custom car is the Sabre Turbo Custom, costing $15,000, with its custom version costing $500K. This car is similar to the Voodoo, meaning I don't drive it around except for when I want to do wheelies, which I can do in basically any other muscle car I own, like the EVX or the STX. The next car is the Anis Euros, costing $1.8 million, which I really like because this car looks like the Nissan 370Z, which used to be my dream car for the longest amount of time. The only thing that's special or unique about this car is that I fitted it with a drift kit, meaning it has basically no traction at all, which is supposed to be good for drifting, but of course I'm not good at drifting, so whenever I try, I end up doing this. The remaining cars on this floor aren't too special, so I'm just going to quickly speed through all of them. The Omaggio cost $2.8 million, and the only reason I bought this is because there was a lot of hype when it got teased for the Agents of Sabotage update, and I wasn't too sure what to expect. I mean, it's a supercar, so there's nothing too special about it. Next, we have the best bike in the entire game, the Faggio mod, costing $55,000, and trust me when I say you're going to have to get used to seeing these because there's a lot scattered around. Anyways, at the back of the row, we have the Pariah, costing $1.4 million. The reason I bought this is because this used to have the highest top speed out of all non-HSW vehicles until the Banshee GTS came out. Here we have the Italy GTO, costing about $2 million. And honestly, I'm not too sure why I bought this car because it's kind of just average. It's fine, you know? It's not great, but it's not terrible, you know? Next up, we have the BR8, costing $3.4 million because it's an open wheel car and all of these are super overpriced. These cars are pretty nice to drive though because they have boosters on them. The only thing I hate about them is how easily they break when you hit something. I mean, these cars shatter quicker than a Lego set. The Gauntlet Interceptor costs $5.4 million and is one of my biggest regrets because I hate muscle cars and I hate the fact that police cars are so overpriced. So I don't know why the hell I bought a police muscle car. The final one is the Comet S2, costing $1.8 million, and there's nothing too special about this car except that I kind of wish I got the Cabrio version because I love a good convertible. Moving on to the second floor in my Eclipse Boulevard garage. This is where I keep most of my bikes. As you can see, I mainly keep Faggios here. To be a bit more specific, there are 6 Faggios here, totaling to $330,000. But the first actual bike in this garage is the Manchester Scout, costing $225,000. Despite its extremely low price tag, this is actually one of the best off-road bikes in the entire game. And I'm pretty sure it was on my list for the top 10 vehicles in the entire game, so you should definitely give it a try, considering it's pretty cheap. One Faggio later, we have the Riva, costing $1.9 million, which is the fastest bike in the entire game, even beating the HSW version of the Hakusho drag. I don't use this bike, I just keep it here because I thought that was a really cool stat line. Next up, we have the Batty 801, costing $15,000. And this is another one of those vehicles where I have no idea why I own it, and I have no idea when I bought it. Finally, we have the BF 400, costing $95,000, which is what I used to use before I bought the Manchester Scout. So you can kind of think of this as a substitute for the Scout if you want to spend a little bit less money. Floor 3 on my Eclipse Boulevard garage is definitely the best level. You can tell because the design is different to all the other levels. First up, we have the Coquette D10, costing $1.5 million. And if you've watched any of my older videos, you would know I love this car because it's based off a C8 Corvette, which looks really cool. Or maybe I think that it looks cool because we don't see Corvettes in the UK. Either way, I love the D10. You should too because it's amazing. Next up, we have the Italy GTB Custom from Benny's, costing $1.2 million, with its custom version being $500K. This car is the first one that I really tried my best customizing ever since I saw it at the end of the Dr. Dre contract. And this was the first car that I used to use like basically everywhere because I was super proud of how it came out. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below because I'm still super proud of the design of this car. The ETR1 costs just under $2 million and is one of those cars which you like for a week and then you hate for a month and then you like it for another week and you hate it again. You know, you keep going through this cycle of hating it and loving it. So I don't really find myself driving it. The X80 Proto costs $2.7 million. And I'm not too sure why it's on this level because I don't drive it around. But I do remember why I bought it. When you drive it around and turn left or right, these thingies on the back move in the direction that you turn, which I thought was really cool. Is it worth $3 million? No, but it's still pretty cool. Next up is the Massacro, I think, costing $275,000. And no, I have no idea why I bought this either. Moving on, we have the Jugular, costing $1.2 million. And this is one of the few 4-door cars that I own. And I remember the reason I bought it was because I used to actually play with people back in the day. I used to actually have friends, but now I'm all alone. Moving on, we have the Elegy Retro Custom, which is completely free, but its custom variant costs $900,000. This car is really nice because you can make it look exactly like the Skyliner from Fast and Furious. And of course, the price tag makes it perfect for basically any budget. The Zen Torno costs $725,000 and is the go-to car for most new players because of its relatively low price tag and its really good performance. Obviously, I don't use it because I have a bunch of other supercars that I can use. So let's move on. Here we have my favorite bike, the Shotaro, costing $2.2 million. The only reason it's my favorite is because it glows and it sounds really nice when you drive it. Nothing else. There's literally no other reason for me to like it. I mean, it's not even one of the fastest bikes in the game, and it's definitely not one of the best performing ones in any way. Finally, we have the Cypher, which I got for free from a salvage yard robbery a long time ago. And because I got it from the salvage yard, it has a custom license plate, which is really cool. Level 4 of my garage is filled with a bunch of random vehicles, which I bought without thinking about it. First up, we have the 770, costing $700,000. The only reason I bought this was because it looked nice, because it was based off of an Aston Martin something. I'll put it on screen. I'm not sure which Aston Martin. Next up, we have the Cheetah at $650,000. I have no idea why I bought this. I don't remember buying it. I don't remember driving it. It's just here. The Carbon RS costs $40,000 and is a nice bike, but isn't anything special. The Rapid GT is $140,000 and is basically the same thing as the Carbon RS. A nice looking bike, but nothing special. The Infernus costs $440,000, and this one, I do remember why I bought it. This was one of the first supercars I bought, so it's kind of nostalgic seeing it here, but of course I don't drive it anymore. So let's move on to the Nemesis, costing $12,000, which is another random vehicle that I have no idea why I bought. And finally, we have a Taurus, costing $500,000. I remember buying a Taurus for one video a while ago, but I don't know why there are two here. Maybe it glitched out or something, but I definitely didn't buy two, I think. On the final floor, we have even more random cars, which I wasn't too bothered to sort. Trust me, you're gonna see how random these are. First of all, we have a base Elegy RH8, which is free. So I guess, why would I not buy it? It's a free car. We have the base version of the Ruiner, which I got from a casino wheel spin. So again, completely free car. But the Ruiner isn't a nice car, and I haven't modded it in any way. So it just sits here and does nothing. The Armored Karuma, costing $700,000. I feel like this is one of the cars which everybody has, right? Another Batty 801, which I had on my second floor, so I'm not too sure why I have another one. And finally, we have the Scramjet costing $4 million, which I bought a long time ago to make a thumbnail. So I don't even use this in my free time. I used it for a thumbnail once and never touched it again. With all of those vehicles, the total comes to about $127 million, which is close enough to $130 million, like I said in the intro. If you want to know how I made all this money, check out the business tier list on screen right now. I'll see you there.